It's market day. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tabitha and I am the maker and creator behind Safari Stitches, and today it's market day. This is the market recap video for my April 27th afternoon market. It runs from 2 o'clock until 7 o'clock. We have to set up at, it starts at 11. We're probably not going to get there until around 12, I think. But we are about to go load up the car and get everything ready to go. It's only like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, but I wanted to give us plenty of time. We've got to stop at the store on the way there, and I want to grab a bite to eat before we actually go set up because it's going to be a long afternoon. The weather is going to be absolutely gorgeous. It is going to be upper 70s, more likely 80s. So it's going to be hot, but it'll be sunny and amazing, and I'm really excited. I will obviously be bringing you guys with me. Don't worry, you're going to get to see some of the action. There is live music at this event, so depending on how close I am to the stage, I may or may not be able to film anything. We'll see when we get there. If I'm on the opposite side of the venue from the stage, it may be muffled enough that you won't hear it, and I might be able to isolate my voice and get rid of the background stuff. So anyways, I just finished getting ready. We're going to go and load the car, and I will check back in with you guys either when we get there and start setting up or after we've set up. Hi guys. Wow. I hope you guys are ready for this. Okay, so we are now officially to the recap portion of this market video. Let me give you a little bit of background on this market. So I think I've explained a couple of times in previous videos and possibly the beginning of this, but I'm just going to do it again. This market ran from 2 to 7, 5-hour market. Setup started at 11. I was given a fantastic location. I was right in the middle, right in front of 2 food restaurants, and diagonally from me there was a vendor giving out free cookie samples. There was just a lot going on right where I was sitting, and I was also, which this is about to sound really weird, but I was right next to, like, they had space next to me that was big enough for another vendor tent. So it was another like 10 by 10 space, but all they had there was a trash can. So I had an open side next to me, which was kind of nice. Although the sun was kind of moving this direction behind us, we were directly in the sun. But I feel like I had a really, really good location. It was right on the main, I guess, walk through of the market. It was a two lanes or 2 rows of vendors with the walking path in the middle. The ticket booth was to the left to get in because it was a pay to enter event. So all adults had to pay, I think it was $15, which is pretty high. And then kids were free. And then you walk down the center, and then at the end there were food trucks and a bounce house, a rock wall, and a bunch of little rides that the kids could get on for free. So it was a really cool event. I think I've mentioned it. I've never done this particular event, but I have done an event by these coordinators before, and they recognized me when I came up. Like, I didn't even have to tell them my business name. They're like, "Oh, Safari Stitches is here. You're here," or whatever. So I don't know. It was just an all-around really, really cool experience. The vibes were fantastic. The music, the live music was great. Lots of food, lots of drinks. Just all around a really, really great market. I had fun. We did start packing up about 10 minutes to 7, but we were doing it very slowly. It had slowed down quite a lot because the band started at 5. So from 5 to 7, instead of just random artists getting up, they had like a whole lineup the whole afternoon. But the headliner was from 5 to 7, so they were wrapping up. So most people were just hanging out down at the stage, which was on the far end near all of the rides and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. It was really fun. I will absolutely be doing it again next year. They have a Christmas event that I did last year. If you haven't watched that video, it was my second to last market recap video. That was my best market last year. So I'm not surprised that this market did really well as well. I'm not going to give you my totals yet. You're going to have to wait. But I do have my spreadsheet with all of my notes written down from the market. So our first sale was made at 2:06. So it was right as we got started. And it was fairly... I don't want to say it was, there was a lot of people, but not a whole lot of people actually shopping. So the foot traffic was heavy. The shopping was great. I have no complaints on the sales that I made. I mean, I'm sure you probably already know. I don't know if I'm going to include this, like my total on my thumbnail or not. I probably will. So you guys already know how well I did. As far as people actually coming into my booth and shopping, it was very sporadic. We would go 30 to 45 minutes with not a single person stepping foot in the booth. And then all of a sudden it would come in like crazy waves and we'd have like a whole rush of people come through. So it was very sporadic. I did beat my goal. So my goal for my markets is an average of $150 an hour. That is kind of the bare minimum that I want to make for me to do the market again the following year. So oops, sorry, I hit a button on my computer. I did make that goal, just to preface, and I'm going to go through. I know I didn't do the, show you everything I'm taking with me to my market at the very beginning of this video. My plan is to go through the full list of what I took and how many of that item sold as I go through it. And then if editing me has the patience, I'll pop up an image right here for you guys to see what the item was that sold. I'm going to make myself do that because I think that would be really helpful so you can kind of see what it looks like. And then, of course, all of the patterns that I list today or mention in this video, I will link below. I'm planning on actually setting up like a blog on my website, and each video I release that has a long list of patterns that's needed, instead of doing a Google Doc that you have to like click the link and then go to that, I'm planning on directing it to my website just because it'll probably be a little bit easier for me to manage. So, and then that way they kind of live forever. I believe Google Docs live forever, but I like the idea of having it all on my website, and then I can make little notes underneath each pattern, like if I change something in the pattern when I made it, or maybe a specific color sold better than the rest. I can list that all right there instead of doing it in a Google Doc with just links. I thought that might be really helpful for you guys. I know that sales vary from location to location, so what sells really well for me may not sell really well for you, but it's always helpful information if you're just kind of looking for some inspiration on what to make, or maybe you hear of something that sold well for me that you've never made before. It may give you some inspiration to try and sell it yourself. So let me know what you think about it after you've watched it. See if you like it. But without further ado, so first things first, you saw at the very end of my last video, my Anchor the Octopus did in fact sell. He sold for $50, which is fantastic. I only had one and I sold one for $50. The axolotls, I had them in pink, green, blue, yellow, purple mix, and a red mix. I sold all of them except for one green one, and they sold for $16 a piece. I will say the blue, I had two blue. They were the first to sell before any of the others. And then the purple mix and the red mix were the next ones to sell. So the other solid colors, the pink, green, and yellow, were the last to go. And then obviously I have one green left. The green in any animal is so hard for me to sell. I don't know what it is about the color green, but I think my mystery boxes, I think 3 of the 4 mystery boxes I have left are all green. So I don't know if it's my location. People don't like the color green here. I don't really know what it is. Baby bees, I had 10 total, and I had them in yellow, green, blue, rainbow, and purple. I sold all of the yellow, blue, and rainbow colors. I didn't sell a single green one. There's the green again. I have 3 green left and 2 purple left. So I sold 5 out of 10, and the baby bees are $10 a piece. Next are the baby Della ducks. I had pink, yellow, and blue. I didn't sell a single one of those. I have those priced at $35. That might be a little bit pricey maybe for my area. I'm not really sure. I didn't sell a single bandana. Those are 100% cotton bandanas, and they are $18, I think. The brown and cream bear snuggler did not sell. That one I have priced at $45. The big cow snugglers, I have black and cream, brown and white, and brown speckle. I sold the brown and white one for $45. The big Della duck snugglers I have priced at $40, and I had 2 each of the mallards, of the mallard version, yellow and white, and I sold 1 yellow. I didn't sell a single bitty cow snuggler. I have those priced at $30. Again, it could be a high price point for the size that they are, and that could be why they didn't sell. The single pink bunny snuggler did not sell. I had 6 beer can cozies, and I sold 1 for $5. Oh, the bunny snuggler, I think I have the bunny at $25. Sorry. Can cozies are $5. I sold 1 of 6. Car coasters I have priced at $10 a piece. They are punch needle and they take me quite some time. And I do think the price turns people off a little bit. I sold the pink paw coaster and the 2 black and white checkered coasters. Next is my cat snuggler. I have a calico cat snuggler priced at $45. That did not sell. Chickens are $15, and I sold 1 brown and orange speckle. I'm probably covering my face with photos. Let me move back over here. Chubby ducks, I make them in a mallard version and a white version. I sold 2 of the 4 mallards and the 1 white chubby duck that I had, and those are $15 as well. My Cleo the bug in hot pink did not sell. I have that priced at, I believe, $40. My coffee cup cozies are $5, and I sold 1 of 20. My cow plush is $35, and I sold 1 of 2 black and white ones that I had, and I sold the lavender one. The lavender one is usually the first one to go whenever I take it. So I do want to make 1 or 2 of the lavender ones for this next market coming up. My curly plant I have priced at $30, and it did not sell. The dinosaur snuggler did not sell for $45. The elephant snuggler I have priced at $45 as well, did not sell. I have 2 flower buddies, which I believe is a Raven Jade Co pattern. Those didn't sell. The fox snugglers did not sell, which was shocking because usually the foxes are one of my best sellers, and I don't even think they got looked at this time. Ghost snuggler did not sell. My hatching chicks also was another surprise. I didn't sell a single hatching chick. Usually those go pretty quickly. I have a feeling it's because of the way I had them displayed. I usually have them either in a basket on the table, and I have some with their shells closed and some that are open, and it's really easy to see what they are. This time I had them in one of the 3-tiered things that I have it on my table, and I just don't really think that was a great way to display them, so I'm going to probably switch that up for the next market. I had 9 Kindle sleeves, and those did not sell. I sold 1 cotton kitchen towel holder for $15. I did not sell the large octo, which I have priced at $15. The llama snuggler did not sell. I had 4 loaf cats, and I sold 2 of them. I sold the solid black and the gray tabby that I had left over from a custom order that I had to adjust. So I remade it, and I just added that one to my inventory. And those sold for $25 each. Mini loaf cats, I completely sold out of. I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. People seem to love the mini loaf cats, and I had 1 black, 1 gray, 2 brown, 1 orange. The orange one was the first to sell. 2 frosted gray, a speckled brown, 1 tan multi, and 1 rainbow. And like I said, all sold. Those are $12 a piece. I had mushy boys. I had 9 total, and I sold 2 of those for $15 each. I sold 1 out of 8 octo keychains, which I haven't brought my keychains to a market in a while just because I didn't have space on my table for my keychain rack. And this time I wanted to fill out my booth a little bit more, so I did bring those. And I sold 1 of the octos for $8. I sold 1 out of 10 of my possums, which, again, super shocking. Usually the possums go really, really quickly. So I'm kind of curious to see. I would love to know why those didn't do very well. Those are $15. The Peekaboo Sunflower did not sell. I have that priced at $30, I believe. I sold my last pickle for $12. I've had that pickle for ages, so I probably will not restock those for a little while. Maybe I'll probably restock them around Christmas because I know people like the Christmas pickles, so that's probably my plan. My single solitary pig is still with me. He has been hanging out for a while now. I would love to sell him and send him off to his new home. I sold 5 out of the 6 of my mini sea turtles, so I'm very glad that I spent time on those last week and getting those done. So that was really, really great. I have the small sea turtles priced at $18 a piece. I sold 1 out of the 3 squids that I had in my inventory, and that was $25. I had 1 string of pearls plant for $30 that did not sell. I had 5 swinging bees, and I did not sell any of those. This next one is exciting because it sold. It's my highest priced item. I sold Toothless for $125, you guys. I sold Toothless, which is so exciting. The girl that bought him was absolutely thrilled, and she said that it was her birthday present to herself because it was her birthday last week. So I'm so excited that he sold, but also a little stressed because now I don't have my little showstopper piece that brings people in. So we're going to have to figure something out this week. I have 2 unicorn snugglers that did not sell. Oh, I missed one. Leggy frogs. I missed the leggy frogs out of my spreadsheet somehow, so I wrote it to the side. Leggy frogs, I had 10 total. I had 3 pink, 3 light green, 3 dark green, and a sage. I sold 1 pink, and I sold 1 light green. Leggy frogs are so incredibly hit or miss for me. They either sell super, super well, or they don't sell at all. So I don't know. I only sold 2 of those. Those are $12 a piece. Whale keychains, again, similar to the Octo keychains. I have not brought those to my markets in a little while. So I was really pleased when 4 out of 7 of the whale keychains sold. And then last but not least, my black and white zebra snuggler did not sell. Oh, the whale keychains are $8 a piece. So it was a really, really great market, and here are the final stats for you guys. So we had a total of 43 transactions in 5 hours, a total of 59 items sold. 59 items. So total sales, including tax, was $1,101.92. My goal was $750 because that would be $150 an hour. Blew it out of the park. I'm so thrilled. So my gross sales after taking taxes out is $1,049, which is so crazy to me. All right, my top 5 bestsellers, which I'm sure you can guess based off of what was said already. And this is by number sold, not total value of those items. I can give you that too here in a second. But my top seller was obviously my Love Cats. I sold 10 out of 10, sold out, and I think they sold out, and we still had an hour to spare, I think. So I think if I had made more of those, I probably would have sold more. The next bestseller was my axolotls. I sold 9 out of 10, and I had 1 green one left. I sold 5 of my baby bees. Next was my keychains. That was my next bestseller. Both that includes Octo and Whale. And then 5 sea turtles. Those were my top 5 sellers based on total numbers sold. So my top 5 based on monetary value. The axolotls were the highest grossing. I sold $144 worth. Toothless was next at $125. The mini Love Cats were next at $120. The small sea turtles were $90. And then next were my cow plushies. I sold 2 of those, and they totaled $70. So those were my statistics for this market. So anyways, all of that to say, it was a fantastic market. I was super thrilled with the turnout, especially for it to be a pay-to-play type of vendor event. So people had to pay to even get into the area where we were all set up. So because of that, I was just absolutely ecstatic with the results. I can't believe it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit chaotic and all over the place. Let me know what your thoughts are on the format that I chose to do for this video. If you would prefer me to go back to showing you everything I have to take to my market with me, I can try to work out how to do that in a more efficient way. But hopefully this was okay with you guys, and I can just do this and just include the photos. And then, of course, like I said, all of the patterns that I mentioned today will be in the description below. It'll be probably a link to it's either going to be a link to my website, to a blog post, or it will be a link to a Google Doc, and you can go and find it there. I, once again, thank you guys so much for joining me this week, and I hope you stay tuned because we have another market coming up in less than a week now, and we are on crunch time. So please make sure you hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you. We are on our way to 5K by the end of this year. We're already at the end of April, so if you're not subscribed and you made it this far, please consider hitting the subscribe button and comment below if you were working on anything while you were watching this video. I'd love to know what you're doing. Stay tuned for next week when we are doing another crazy market prep week and custom orders. And I've got custom orders that have got to go out this week too. But stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.